Hi friends, I am Prasanta Kumar Mahapatra from India. It gives me immense pleasure that the anthology Break the Silence, an anthology against domestic violence, Volume 2, has been one of the best sellers in Amazon and hope it will continue to be Amazon bestseller and it will change the world in a way that the poets intend to. So today I am going to make a review of Break the Silence. Break the Silence, an anthology against domestic violence, Volume 2. Authors Brenda Mohammed, Floravel Luchman, Mary Smith. And the format is Kindle edition. Total pages in the book 265 pages. And the date of publication was 8 June 2021. At a time when domestic violence is on the rise all over the world, the anthology Break the Silence, an anthology against domestic violence, Volume 2, has come as a ray of hope for millions of victims of domestic violence. It is the work of 91 international poets of the How to Write for Success literary network. The anthology has come up as a follow-up of its first issue, which was published in March 2020. The catching line of the book, "Together we can break the silence and give domestic violence a voice." It explains all about what the writers intend to see around them. The worthy writers who have contributed to in this anthology belong to a wide range of countries throughout the world. Most of them belong to Trinidad and Tobago, Nigeria, India, USA, Philippines, Bhutan, Pakistan, Peru, Romania, Costa Rica, Mexico, Bangladesh, UK, Poland, Florida, Greece, South Africa, Kenya, and many other countries. Author Brenda Mohammed, the award-winning author of 37 books, in her acknowledgement, describes very nicely the defiant cries of the victims, battered self-respect, scars, and malign tones which add up to a caged bird existence for a woman who desperately needs help. Indeed, she has created a platform where voices are heard. In the foreword, she describes how the seed of the book was sowed in her mind. She has very well described the status of women in the society, which needs a lot of support from the ability of pen. Mrs. Floravel Luchman, in her introduction, has rightly said that every individual has a right to feel safe, protected, loved, and not controlled with harsh verbal and emotional abuse, which ultimately lead to violence. The best part is that the anthology guidelines the viewpoint of 91 writers, both young and experienced. So there is a great variety in the voices. Whereas most of the poets have raised their voices against female molestation, some others have spoken against the evil women, and some even cursed the parents who spoil the life of men, making them into villains. Some poets have established universal brother-sister relationship between the two genders. Poets of the younger generation are more serious about equal justice to male and female. Poet Adrian F. Lugg says, "If one would wish for Eve's freedom from dogmas, free Adam too, who suffered no less from stereotypes." For many poets like Anjana Prasad, Women are deprived of all freedom. Their stolen dream has been shattered like glass. Farhana says, women have, through the ages, mastered how to quench thirst by drinking tears. A newborn girl is the apple of her parents' eyes. But when she grows up, father mother daughter relationship worsens, which leads to orthodox dominance. Love becomes a satire for her. She becomes a puppet. She becomes caged and is brutally tortured. She is denied love. She is forced to marry against her will. She becomes a puppet in the hands of man. In the words of Timothy, where once love lived, now darkness prevails. Deep in the shadow of night, she breaks the silence that once made her heart quake, says Pandita. Imprints on her body are that of a trampled flower. Why the sweet words change into venom? Why he always have to have the last word? Many questions have been raised by poets. After marriage, she has to endure violence silently with wet cheeks only as her pet. On her knees, she begs the Creator for an answer. Rajan Mishra writes, he tries to find out a cause. He initially loved but changed when surrounded by girls. How beautifully he has analyzed the problem. But a woman still tries to love in between one slap and the other. You see how the poets have analyzed the character of a woman. Whereas some poets have appealed to bring peace and equality, to provide social justice, dignity, and empowerment, some others have advocated for informed action against the evil. To them, the word no means everything. Men and women need each other to survive. So men have to stop the inhuman ways of satiating their hunger. Writer Prasanta Kumar Mahapatra invokes the power within women. He describes women as a goddess of infinite power and inspires them to break the cage by giving examples of women like Malala, Humaira, etc., who broke the silence, bringing out changes in the world. Kishan Dal advocates for the use of technology and social media to bring an end to the age-old problem. Women have to rise. They have to arise, awake, and stop not till the goal of eradicating violence is achieved. They have to take the bull by its horn. Some younger poets like Julius Taura vow to initiate peace in their own house, being example of others. They want to use the power of pen and rise with poetic skills as a warrior against violence. As long as forms and literary devices are concerned, most of the poems have been written in free verse. A few poems have followed rhythmical forms. Words have been simple, yet giving a clear and strong voice against violence. Finally, I would like to say that life is a gift of God. Everyone's life is precious. Everyone strives for love. So let's hope that The anthology brings an end to the most hated social evil, making the world a better place to live in. If we succeed in making some changes in the world, if we succeed in creating peace in any particular household which have been suffering from violence, then I think our mission will be a success. And this anthology is not only a literary work by Brenda Muhammad and other literature lovers. It is a mission, as I think, and it has the potential to bring some positive changes in the world. So thank you for listening to me. So thank you all.